Hello, welcome to this vlog. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little bit all over the place. The goal of this video is to share what I've been working on here in the studio and then also share just what I've been up to this summer. I'm trying to really soak in as much summer as I can. It feels like it's flying by. Of course, I'm super excited for fall as someone who knits and lives in New England. I love the fall, but yeah, I'm trying to soak in every bit of summer. I've only been to the beach once. You'll see in this video, I finally go. Not going to the beach until August is crazy behavior. If you ask me. Oh, also, hello, I'm Monique Amy. I'm an illustrator based in Boston, and I have a deep love of the fiber arts, which is often what I share here. So anyways, I just sort of wanted to intro, say hello. What I would like to start with is actually something I worked on at the very beginning of the summer, and I just haven't shared it yet, and it deserves to be shared because it's pretty cool. My boyfriend runs multiple pinball locations, pinball parlors, if you will, and he opened up a new one in South Berwick, Maine, and I got to help him with some of the signage. We did gold leaf glass gilding. That feels like a tongue twister, but I think those are the words. It's like barely 7 a.m. currently, so apologies for the words coming out of my mouth. Yeah, so I got to help him. I'm an illustrator. I mostly work digitally, but I do have a background in more traditional mediums, and I just love exploring all sorts of things. And so earlier in my career, like when I was graduating college from art school, I was really into hand lettering, and I found a lot of inspiration from sign painters. I thought that was the coolest thing. I mean, I still do. It's amazing. The precision to hand paint a sign. I don't know. There's something about it that like really impressed me and inspired me. Early in my career, I got really into hand lettering. I studied it, learned all about typography, and I did take some sign painting workshops, just learned all sorts of techniques. So for this project, I already had a lot of the materials needed and an understanding of this process. That's kind of my background, I guess. We used real gold leaf, which feels so precious. It's quite expensive and extremely finicky and difficult to work with. We got it done. My boyfriend helped me the whole time. It was nice to do this work together, sort of problem solve as we went. Because I've like dabbled with gold leaf gilding, but this was a larger project than I've ever done. So anyways, let's talk about the process. We cleaned the glass. The order of operation is basically you want to apply the gold leaf on the back of the door, the window. We were trying to be quite precise and not use that much gold leaf, but it's just, you kind of just have to put it all over. And we realized also we needed to do multiple layers of gold leaf because you'll get like little cracks where it comes through, and especially as a newbie, I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe if you're experienced, you can do it in one go, but I needed to do a couple layers of gold leaf. You wait for that to dry. As it dries, it gets really shiny and starts flattening out, and then you can kind of buff it a little bit with a like velvet pad. Next is to transfer the design that's going to be painted. I did that with a piece of paper and then a little like pounce wheel, I think it's called, where you can make like little dots in the paper to kind of perforate it. So I traced the design and, made all the perforated lines. Then we taped that onto the gold. Again, it's backwards, so working behind the door. And then you use a pounce pad. It's just a pad filled with chalk, and you kind of sort of slap that on. That transfers all the little holes. You get basically it just transfers like a very clear outline of the design. Once that was transferred, it was time to paint, which I was the most excited about. And I specifically chose an imitation gold color so that if there were still any cracks left, it wouldn't be as obvious as like using white or black. So then I painted the design, we had to let that dry, and then it was time to remove the excess gold. You just sort of gently wipe away the gold. It feels like magic. It also feels a little scary because you don't want to lift any of the paint. And then you're left with a beautiful gold leaf sign. It was quite a stressful process, I'm not gonna lie. It just felt a lot more finicky than I thought it would. I thought each step would feel better, but also I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new at this. So I guess I am quite happy with how it came out. I have even more respect for sign painters is what I'm trying to say. It's hard. It's very hard work. It requires a lot of precision and a lot of patience. Anyways, I just wanted to share that project. I really am happy with how it came out. I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was a really unique project outside of my normal illustration work. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna let you continue to the rest of the video, and I'll be back at the end to say my goodbyes. Okay, so I don't know if you recognize this logo, but this is a Mabel and Jess logo. She makes really amazing stitch markers for knitting and crochet, as well as some really cool embroidery hats and other like knitting accessory type things. And so this is the logo. I printed it out to transfer it onto these banners that I have underneath, and today I will be embroidering them. So yeah, I'm going to be sitting here pretty much all day. This is the thread we're using. I had to order this thread, but it is a stunning cobalt blue. So yeah, I'm just going to get stitching. So I'm going to do the swans first, and then there's another banner underneath that will be the logo. So I've got a lot of embroidering to do today. Hi. We haven't chatted in a hot minute in this video, so it's time I give you some updates on things I've been working on. Also, I washed my hair yesterday. I started adding mousse, and now my curls actually stay for longer than like 3 hours. Pretty cool. So throughout this video, you've probably seen me working on my knitting project. My Where's Waldo tank top. Not on purpose, but it is giving that vibe. So I'm almost done with this, and yeah, I thought I could just tell you a little bit about it. It's, I guess, self-drafted. It's loosely based on the Ingrid top by Gregoria Fibers, which I have knit before. It's a completely different gauge. I changed the stitch pattern. I changed the neck and armhole finishes. I just changed everything. So I guess I would call this self-drafted at this point. Oh yeah, I also added some like waist shaping. So anyways, I'm knitting this with Knitting for Olive cotton merino, which is the red, and then the white is Knitting for Olive pure silk. Basically, I looked through my stash and I had a decent amount of leftover yarn in both of these fibers, but not enough for one color. So I figured I could do a stripe situation. I really like doing eyelets, and so that's when I thought to do the Ingrid top. I changed it. The Ingrid top has pearl rows, like to give a bit more texture. I removed that. I wasn't that into them. I did the neck and armhole finishes like Camisole number 9 by Knitting, or My Favorite Things Knitwear, which is a really nice fold over edge. Oh yeah, do you like my nails? Anyways, I'm almost done. So let's see. I've probably done like 8 inches would be my rough guess from the armpit down. So I probably don't need to do too much more, which is good because I am running out. This is all I have left. I am hoping I can do also the folded finishing on the bottom, maybe just not quite as long, but I don't know. I don't have that much left. My plan of yarn chicken attack is the next time, I'm currently on a white row. The next time I do a red stripe, I will measure, or I'll weigh this, knit the stripe, weigh it again, and then I can calculate how much yarn it took to knit one stripe. And then that'll give me a rough idea of, there's fluff in the air. That'll give me a rough idea of what I can squeeze out of this. And I will probably, if I want to do a folded edge for the hem, I will need like more than double whatever a single stripe uses, if that makes sense. That's my rough math. Anyways, I thought I'd give you that update. Oh, I also have my Kobo in here. I'm currently reading The Return by Rachel Harrison, and I'm really into it. I have no clue where it's going, but I am 74% through. So I'm kind of waiting for something big and dramatic to happen. It's good so far. I'm enjoying it. I also added some cute stickers to the back of my Kobo, and they're glow in the dark. And I got it from a picture book. So I'm so excited. I want to talk to you now about, oh, I guess I can stay here. Okay, hold on. I learned, what is it called? I learned foundation paper piecing, and I'm hooked. I'm obsessed. It's so easy. I thought it was going to be really hard, or like I just wasn't going to get it, and I figured it out. I also figured out how to do it in a very type B way where I'm not measuring all that much. I'm just haphazardly cutting fabric to make this happen, which is what I prefer. So this alphabet pattern is by Spaghetti Western Sewing. It is the Echo alphabet. She has 2. I have purchased both. I was going to originally do the other one. I forget what it's called. The Echo alphabet is a bit more, the letters are a bit more boxy and square, which I'm into. So that's why I decided to do this alphabet. What am I spelling? I'm going to need both hands for this. I'm writing Chainstitch Hats by Monique Amy. So it's going to be a long one. I am planning to use this to create a banner for Boston Fiber Festival. That is less than a month away. I am starting to panic. But I've had this idea for a while to make my own banner based off of one of Spaghetti Western's alphabets. Yeah, it just got to the point where I was like, I have to do this now. I have to learn this now and figure out how time consuming it is to see if I can actually feasibly get this done before the market. I'm feeling good about it. I will take you with me in this vlog on how to make one of these letters, or at least how I do it, so you can kind of see that process. This is so far is 2 days worth of work. By 2 days, I mean like a few hours each day. I'm not spending the whole entire day, I think I will be able to get this done. And I really want to. I'm very motivated to get this done. So I guess that's what we'll do next. My plan today is, I guess, just to do this all day, really. Sounds great to me. Hi. Let's do letter C together. Okay, as you can see, I already did it here, so I know what it should look like. Here, let me sit and chat. I am doing this in order that the word is written. Is that the hardest way to say what I'm trying to say? Basically, I'm not like grouping letters together. So I knew I had more than one C, so I printed out more than one C. However, I didn't just do both of the C's at the same time because I'm not sure what color I will want the next C to be, you know? Does that make sense? I'm on the second C. It is following the like off-white color, so I'm going to do blue with the brown background. Brown stays consistent. First thing we gotta do. This is not a tutorial, but I'm just sort of taking you on this journey with me, and I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having fun being kidnapped on this journey with me. You're not really, though. You could just click out of the video, but we're having a nice time, you know? Just don't do that. Just keep hanging out with me. What am I doing? Oh yeah, okay. I have glue. So the first part of this process is you glue down a piece of fabric to the pattern, and they're all labeled the order that you should be sewing the different blocks together, if that makes sense. So we're going to start with B1 in brown. So I need a piece, you can kind of see it through. I need a piece that is bigger than that, like this is too small. Let's see. And so this is where I'm really haphazard and I'm just cutting right into it. You could have like pre-cut pieces, but I don't feel like doing that. I got this glue for journaling, and now it's for this as well. Also, this glue smells so good. Just saying. Okay, put that on. Beautiful. Great. Okay, next is, so we did B1, next is C2, and then we'll do C3, and then C4, and then 5, 6, 7. C stands for color. So we're gonna do blue. Okay, let's make this piece smaller. I guess I don't need, I like doing a lot of extra fabric. Anyways, I'm gonna sew here. So I'm sewing on this line. So then when I fold this up, I now have this line, which is this line. And so I'm gonna do the same thing here and just keep going until I have the whole thing. And you can kind of trim as you go, but I like waiting till I'm at the end. So let's do the next one. I'm sewing on this line. I just want to make sure both fabric pieces go over that line. They do. I have to rethread my machine, so do you want a race? Oh, dang it, I was so excited about the race that I messed up. I did a brown piece instead of a blue. So I guess I'll just unpick it. Sometimes if it's early enough in the process, I just start over, but which I could do. Let's try unpicking it. Okay, yeah, that came off not too bad. Okay, it's gonna be fine. So now let's open it up. Hey, we got a letter C. And also what's fun, okay, so we open that up. I guess you could just leave it like this. I like removing the paper, so that's what I'm gonna do. And the sewing lines kind of create perforations, so they come off in chunks. You guys, do you see this? It's like almost as tall as me, which is making me realize it is much wider than what I estimated it would be. I was gonna have the top line say chain stitch hats. That would at least put it at like 6.5 feet probably, just roughly estimating, which is starting to maybe get too wide for a banner. I'm not sure exactly how wide I want my banner to be. I feel like 6 feet is pretty good, so maybe 6.5 is like not the end of the world, but then I'll have a border around it, so then we're pushing 7 probably at that point. I think I'm gonna have to reevaluate how I lock this up. I do like how big the letters are, so for this pattern there's 3 sizes. You just change the percentage you print at, so either 100%, 150, or 200% gives you the 3 different sizes. I'm doing 150%. I like the size of these letters. They're quite visible. Something for future me to think about as I work on this banner. I'm definitely not doing this all today. I'm glad I got this word finished with you. Oh yeah, so if you're new to this channel, I do chain stitch embroidery, as well as my main job. I work for myself. I'm a digital illustrator, freelance illustrator. That's mostly what I do, but I do love fiber arts, so I do a lot of that here. And one of the products I sell are chain stitch hats. Here's an example. They come in a lot of different colors. I also have crocheter, crafter, there's a bunch of them. Sometimes I do illustration on the hats, so I have these tomato hats that I really love, perfect for the summer. And I will probably try to come up with new designs for the Boston Fiber Festival, but we shall see. It's only a month away. Why was I showing you that? Yeah, so that's why I'm making this banner. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I'm feeling good about this, and you know, there'll be another one soon because I've got a lot more to do. But I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you've been working on while watching this, or if you have plans to do any foundation paper piecing, let me know. I think it's so much fun, and I can't wait to do maybe some illustrations, maybe learn how to design my own. I saw Skillshare has a class for it, so I could be tempted by that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.